There are no facts to dispute before this court. I see no evidence that has the needed personal subject matter jurisdiction. The state is a fictitious plaintiff. The state of isn't here to testify. No injured man or woman is present before this court to provide firsthand knowledge. I am acting as surety for the named principal to contest jurisdiction. I am aware this is a taxable event and an excise tax is owed, and I want to be in compliance with the IRS code.
Probation will be a waste of time in this matter, so I will revoke and remand you to serve your sentence, take her into custody.
All right. $1,200 every minute I'm in jail.
All right, guys. Today we got yet another sovereign citizen in court. Well, kind of. This time it's a woman who violated her probation due to drug use. And instead of doing the smart thing and getting a public defender, she decided to represent herself. Yeah, you can probably guess how that turned out. Personally, I don't even think she's a real sovereign citizen. I think she just found one of those scripts online and decided to give it a shot. But what do you guys think? Is she a true believer, or just pretending? If you enjoy content like this, don't forget to like and subscribe. Now let's dive in and see how this one plays out.
Your Honor, this comes before the court today on a probation violation hearing. And it's the intent of the defendant at this time to stipulate. And I do believe there's a agreed sentence, as you would say in this case.
All right. Ms. Clark, you've heard the announcement of your attorney. Is that what you want to do? Admit to the violations?
No, actually, I'm gonna make a motion for my attorney to withdraw. I got this myself.
Oh, okay. What's the reason for that?
I just want to represent myself.
Okay. All right. Well, somebody give her a waiver of attorney form. Okay. It's muted for some reason. All right. Well, I've already gone over these rights with you, so you should understand them, but you have the right to hire your own attorney. If you can't afford to hire an attorney, I've already appointed one, you qualified. You do have the right to represent yourself as well, and that's what you want to do today?
Yes, sir.
All right. If you want to waive your right to an attorney, when we do this, you have to follow the rules of procedure and evidence, just as if you're an attorney. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right. Has anyone promised you anything or threatened with anything to get you to waive your right to an attorney?
No, sir.
All right. Looks like you've already signed it and sent it in here. Did you understand this form you signed?
Yes, sir.
I'll accept your waiver and allow you to represent yourself. All right. Are you wanting to stipulate to the violations, or do you want a contested hearing?
I'm gonna contest it.
All right. Mr. Hollis here.
Yes, Judge, I can grab them real quick.
Okay. Okay, state has the burden. Any opening statement, Mr. Marcinski?
No, sir. Thank you.
All right, Ms. Clark, any opening statement?
No.
Well, there goes any real chance she had of defending herself. I'm honestly surprised she hasn't started reading from one of those classic sovereign citizen scripts. You know, the ones where they claim the court has no jurisdiction or say they're a living being above the law. Honestly, I'm kind of glad she didn't. At least we're spared that nonsense for once. But here's the thing. If you're defending yourself in court, your opening statement is everything. It's your one shot to set the tone, explain your side, and try to show the judge that you're actually sane. Skipping it, or totally blowing it, is basically like saying, yeah, I've got nothing. If you're going to represent yourself, at least say something. Let me know what you guys think so far. Now let's jump back in and see what happens next.
All right. State may call this first witness.
Thank you, sir. The state would call Court Service Officer Christopher Hollis. Sir, will you please state your name for the record?
Chris Hollis. I'm a court services officer.
In that job occupation, were you assigned the supervision of a Miss Ashley Clark? That supervision being for an endangering a child underlying 12-month sentence?
That is correct.
On May 18th of this year, 2023, did you test Miss Clark for the presence of drugs?
Yes.
And what was the result of that UA sample from Miss Clark?
It was positive for methamphetamine.
So her
stating that
UA was positive for methamphetamines, and she also, in response to that positive UA test, signed in a statement of admission of using methamphetamines.
That's correct.
Did you order her to report on June 2nd, 2023?
I did.
And did she appear on that day?
She did not.
Has she appeared or reported to you since that time?
No.
Sometime after May 24th of 2023, were you advised by local authorities of her being arrested for a new crime?
Yes, and I did. I received that, and apparently she has new charges.
To your knowledge or to the notes, did Ms. Clark ever report that negative law enforcement contact with your office?
No, she did not.
That will be my questions for Mr. Hollis at this time, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, Ms. Clark, do you have any questions for Mr. Hollis?
No,
All right, do you have any further evidence or witnesses, Mr. Marcinski?
Not at this time, Your Honor. I do not.
All right, Ms. Clark, you have time to, now it's your turn to present any evidence if you want to. Do you wish to present any evidence?
right now I see no evidence. This has the needed personal subject matter jurisdiction.
If you want to present any evidence, do you want to present any evidence?
Does anyone else feel kind of bad for this girl? I mean, yeah, she's a criminal and definitely made some bad choices. But watching her get humiliated like this in public is honestly hard to watch. It's super cringy, and I actually feel secondhand embarrassment right now, but at the same time, I don't feel too bad. She literally could have just gotten a lawyer. The guy was sitting right next to her, and she straight up dismissed him like she knew better. I don't get why these sovereign citizens think this way. Like, why would you choose to do this? Her attorney was free. He looked calm, sipping his coffee, ready to help, and she still said no. It just makes no sense to me. Let me know what you guys think. Do you feel bad for her? Or is she just getting what she signed up for? Let's dive back in, because it's about to go downhill real fast.
No? Okay. Well then, closing argument, Mr. Marcinski?
Your Honor, at this time, the state believes it is shown by a preponderance of the evidence that Ms. Clark is in violation of her probation and conditions of probation imposed by the court therein. The state's going to ask that you find that she is in violation of that probation. The state would point out that this is a misdemeanor probation for endangering a child. Therefore, Ms. Clark is entitled to no graduated sanctions, intermediate sanctions, or other relief set forth by the legislature on felony probations. Due to the litany of violations, the continued drug use, the failure to follow through with her treatment requirements, the state believes that she's shown that she's not amenable to probation and would recommend the court revoke and remand her to serve her underlying sentence.
All right, Ms. Clark, closing argument?
There are no facts to dispute before this court. I see no evidence that has the needed personal subject matter jurisdiction. The state is a fictitious plaintiff. The state of isn't here to testify. No injured man or woman is present before this court to provide firsthand knowledge. I am acting as surety for the named principal to contest jurisdiction. I am aware this is a taxable event and an excise tax is owed, and I want to be in compliance with the IRS code.
Okay. It'll be the order and judgment of this court. Well, first of all, I'll make my findings. The state's shown by preponderance of the evidence that you violated probation in this case using methamphetamine around the 18th, as evidenced by the 18th of May this year, as evidenced by the positive UA and the admission. Also find that you failed to report in violation of probation as alleged. That would be the June 2nd, 2023 date. You failed to successfully complete outpatient treatment at Summer Mental Health as ordered by the court, so I find you violated probation there as well. You also failed to report law enforcement contact within the business day in violation of the orders of probation. You have violated, it does in a very substantial way. I will go ahead. It appears as if probation will be a waste of time in this matter, so I will revoke and remand you to serve your sentence, take her into custody.
All right. $1,200 every minute.
So now she thinks she deserves $1,200 for every minute she spends in jail? Seriously? This sovereign citizen actually believes she should be paid to sit behind bars after violating probation, endangering her child, and continuing drug use. Yeah, note AT first. I felt a little bad for her. But after hearing that, nope, that feeling's gone. She's already blown her second chance, and now she's demanding money like she's a victim? The delusion is insane. Honestly, jail is the least of her problems. And let's not forget that snarky comment she made to the judge before getting arrested. It wasn't technically a threat, but it was rude and borderline aggressive. That alone could have landed her a contempt charge. These sovereign citizens always act like they're above the law, like the court owes them something just because they say so. But here's the truth. Breaking probation, endangering a child isn't heroic. It's criminal. There's no payout, no loophole, no fantasy check coming in the mail. The only thing she's owed is a full sentence and a reality check. All right, guys, now that we watched this chaos unfold, let me know in the comments. Do you think she has any chance of getting out of this? And what about the $1,200 a minute claim? Yeah, not happening. Make sure to like and subscribe if you're into this kind of content. I appreciate all of you. Take care